Okay, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Melissa here, finishing up my exercise this morning. Ladies, I want to be here to help women, go through all parts of life, including divorce and domestic abuse. So, I have Kevin Leandro threatening me. Basically, he told me I am going to deal with him and I am poking the bear. And he's basically threatening me that he's not going to be easy on me. He is going to put more pressure on me if I do not basically, you know, sign papers. And basically, he's going to bring me to court for sanctions of obstructing and slowing things down in the court. Yesterday, I had tried to work things out. I was willing to sign if my husband wanted a divorce, but not on anything but a fault divorce, because that's what he has done. He has assaulted me, he's pushed me. That was the beginning of the breakdown of our marriage. And so I called the court today. Be careful which voice you're listening to. So I called the court yesterday and they're like, no, you don't have to sign for, anything but what you want. You have to agree. I cannot agree. These are public files. So today I called and they're like, no, you don't have to agree with that. Put in a motion. He's threatening you, which I will be doing this morning. He is trying to make this very difficult on me. He's made it very clear that if he doesn't get what he wants basically now, he's going to make things difficult on me. So, I don't have anything personal against him. I don't really have anything personal against people. But, I could even picture like if we reconciled, me and my husband and him and, his friends, going motorcycle riding or whatever. And when I said that to him, he's like, there will be no reconciliation with your husband, none. And so he's twisting it, right? He's like, so it's been such a difficult thing for your husband to make this decision. And, he's really got nothing. He's trying to twist it. So my husband is guilty of domestic abuse, perjury. So when I called the court today, they're like, no, yeah, that was just a discovery process to see where you're at in the discovery process. Where Leandro's like, you cannot put in anything else. You cannot put in the Eversource bill, which I already did. You cannot call witnesses, which I didn't know we were supposed to call witnesses. So the court was like, yeah, you can put in a motion for witnesses in the future. So I will be doing that today. I will be standing up for my rights. Kevin keeps wanting to take my rights away. He wants to be done, and he's just basically threatening me. So that's going to the court too. He's trying to shut me down, and he's like, "You're over your head. We're going to win, etc., etc." So yesterday I had to, I drove home from Castle Rock, and I was an hour in prayer, just like, God, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And like I said, when you are going through a divorce, when you sign that paper, that is like the final thing. That is like, it's like cutting a piece of yourself off. And a lot of people who have gone through a divorce have gone through this. And so I was carrying a lot of this on my own. I did take a divorce class, which helped at the beginning because I had no words. I had no words for being so blindsided by him. And that helped me to see what others are going through. And then I've talked about this with people, but now I'm really getting in there and I'm not carrying as much alone. So I'm meeting with a lady tonight who's been through divorce. We're talking. I reached out to a couple people yesterday. So I'm getting, the broader view of divorce. I haven't been through court, so I don't really know, how this all works, where Kevin is like a professional person, sue happy person. He's been in court many times. So, not that that's not a strength, right? Because you can have a strength by not knowing evil, right? We're supposed to be innocent when it comes to evil. So, that's exactly what this is, very evil. I've tried to reconcile, I've tried to, you know, work things out, which proves I'm not trying to slow the court system down. I'm actually trying to work things out so that we didn't have to waste the court's time. And Kevin keeps pandering to the court, saying, oh, let's not waste the court's time, right? You have a right as a taxpayer to have a fair, trial in court. So he wants me to go to court. And I've already said, I don't have money to go back to New Hampshire right now. I have a vehicle with $2,000 in repairs. And the judge is like, well, we'll look at the financial affidavit. Depending on how much money you have, we'll decide if you're going to New Hampshire. And I put down zero. I mean, I wasn't working, so zero, right? So, that's another issue too with domestic abuse. My husband's been like, oh, he won't give me my washer and dryer. He won't, not unless I sign papers. Kevin's like, you're not getting your washer and dryer back unless you sign for a divorce. So that was another threat. And my washer and dryer, I'm like, just keep it. I'm not into, it's not so much the money, it's the principle. And that's why I'm fighting for alimony. It's the principle that he destroyed this marriage on his own with his own assumptions of everything, his domestic abuse. So am I going to have to go back to court with him acting like this now? With him denying domestic abuse? I was like, you know what, he's like, we can get together after the divorce and take care of storage. And I'm like, no, we're not doing it after the divorce. So, Kevin continues to threaten me, so that's going to court. And, I cannot afford an attorney. I did, talk to people before at New Hampshire legal assistance, and, I'm at zero now, but at the time I was working, and they're like, oh, you don't qualify with the money you make. So now I'm at zero. So I reapplied, and yeah, I've been dealing with this without an attorney. So, that's kind of how frugal I am. But I've been told by others, get an attorney. And not yet. Not yet. I mean, I did look into an attorney, and it was just, too much money at the time. They were willing to do, we were going to do like limited representation, and he hadn't gotten back to me, and I got busy with other things, so I may have to try to do that again. But this will be going to court, and I will probably be bringing in domestic abuse advocates and calling witnesses. And, there's a lot of witnesses to what happened. I have a friend who saw the bruises on my arms. My son was there. My other son has trauma from his dad, and the way he was behaving, the silent treatments, the wanting to argue all the time with me. So he's got some trauma there, hearing, his dad saying, I'm going to kick your ass, etc., etc. So this is all going to court, and, you try to make friends with people, you try to work it out, and if someone doesn't want to, you have to stand up. So that's what I got for now, ladies.